Bonjour, film lovers! Did you know that you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher Radio? We also have a website, realnerdspodcast.com, where you can find cool articles and other ways to listen to the podcast. You can also follow us on social, Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast, and Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. You can also call us at 720-6nerds5. We will listen to it, we will play it, and we will probably commentate on it. Also, email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Anyway, enjoy the episode.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast of Denver Pop Culture Con 2021, hopefully, and beyond. I am Ryan. With me via Zoom is James.
What? You sure about that?
Yeah, I see his picture right now.
He's smiling. That
He's
never-ending
really happy
stare.
to be on the show.
Hey, where's my avatar? Oh no, I've been merged into two people.
Just kidding. Brad, what's up?
Hey,
Corinne,
I'm almost done
how
with
are
my
you?
film. Oh,
sorry.
moving on already. All right, cool. Bye.
Well, I said what's up, and you're just supposed to say, hey, what's up? And then I introduce everybody else. Do you have something else you need to say, like, right now?
No, I'm good. Please continue.
Brad, how are you? Is everything okay?
I'm doing great. I finished another film, so I'm actually checking it right now because it has to be turned in at midnight. So
Congratulations.
thanks. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait for people to see it.
I thought you were already done with it like 12 hours in advance. Why do you have to wait to turn it in? Do you have to wait to turn it in?
No, I just shared it with the rest of the team, and we were like, oh, it would be cool if you added this one little thing, but that also means re-rendering for 2 hours. So
Well,
yeah,
playing a
every
risky
time.
game, my friend.
Yeah, so I think it's the last one. So
All right.
I'm
You might
not
still
gonna,
be ahead. You might still be more ahead than you tend to be with the 48-hour because you always just say that you're near the deadline on it, right?
Yeah, well, this is a 4-day competition, so we have a whole extra day,
Right.
to do it, and so I actually got to do sound design and clean up the audio and do graphics,
Oof.
and I didn't feel
Very lovely.
like I had crunch time to do it, so I'm feeling
Did
good.
Nice.
Did you also have to pick randomly your genre? Because it seems like this genre was made for who's in the film with you.
That just they gave it to us. We didn't have any say, so we just lucked out for us. We've actually gotten martial arts as a option before. We passed on it. So this time we decided to embrace it. So
Nice. And what's the name of your film, Brad?
The Legend of Drunken Brewmaster.
Now, are we gonna? Is this a take on a famous Jackie Chan film?
It's really more of a Jackie Chan film in name only. It's closer to The Karate Kid and microbrews. So
Very cool.
Very nice.
Is
Can't
it
wait to see
available
it.
for people to watch somewhere?
I'm not sure yet. I don't know, because the last time we did the 4 Points film project was 4 years ago, and they didn't have an online screening process. And now that everything is online screening, I think we'll find out once they whittle down, because it's a worldwide competition, so it's not just Colorado we're included with. So I think they'll probably whittle it down to their favorites and then do an online screening of those. So instead of doing 1,000 of them. in one
Hopefully, they just
sitting.
go off the name. Your name alone should make them want it to be one of the best.
Totally. I should have just done a title card for 5 minutes.
Totally.
just Brad Haig for 5 minutes. Brad. It's a neon sign.
Corinne, how are you?
Doing okay. We have early deadlines this week, so I have to do a week's worth of reporting in 2 days. But then I get to fuck off for 11 days after that, so I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Nice. Zach?
Oh, I've just been doing shit all week, so But I'm good. Work is turning into a bit of a overzealous situation, but I'm handling it okay.
That's what it is.
Oh yeah, it's the holidays, man. Everybody got to get their turkey on, you know.
Yeah, I went to King Soopers today, and I was like, man, there's a lot of canned goods for 75 cents.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving food's so overrated. Just
Yeah.
eat like pizza or lasagna or something. Gosh.
The last couple
Steaks.
of years when we haven't gone to do anything with family, we've been just doing steaks here at the house, and I gotta say I prefer that. But
Sounds so good.
I'm not a big turkey guy. I don't know what it is. I like chicken. I like that just fine. I don't know why I don't like that other bird, but you know, and I
Well,
like duck
I mean,
too.
For me, it's like, it's fine for one meal, but I don't know about you guys, but we always had to eat leftovers for like the next 6 or 7 meals after that. It's like, oh, you got to eat it till it's gone. I'm like, I'm tired. I was tired of it on day 1. I don't want to eat it for 3 more days.
Yeah, so like there's no point to it. I mean, the only reason I participate in Thanksgiving is for the pumpkin pies that are made en masse. So that's fine. That's all I need in life, you know, pumpkin pie. Like,
Well, it must be nice to know that you can just complain about turkey and stuff. Me, I'm going to be out protecting people and working while y'all are at home enjoying your fucking dinners, okay?
wait, Ryan, can we get you a turkey leg to munch on while you serve the people?
No, like Thanksgiving is the worst day.
I see.
People get it. Last year, like people got in a brawl up on Fall River Road.
What they have to brawl about? The turkey?
No, this is how stupid it is, Zach. There was a bike rider who was rude to hikers, and then it turned into this fight. So yeah, everybody is like cranky. Everybody's grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks.
Don't
It'll
you feel
probably
like
be even more so this year.
Yep.
don't you feel like you're just part of everyone else's family though on Thanksgiving?
No. I don't mind Christmas because usually Christmas everyone's like pretty cool. And like 3 years ago, I had the most fun call I've ever been on. I mean, it was an accident call, but I was just driving down. We have this place called Center Alley, and it's behind like the restaurants and stuff. And then there's homes in between on the other side of the alley. And it was snowing, and I looked and I saw this little bulldog puppy. He was like running down the alley and jumping over like banks of snow. And I'm like, where in the hell did this dog come from? And then I saw this. I know I was going to steal it. No, just kidding. They're like 2 houses behind me. There's this gate that was like a little cracked open. And then I was like, I bet he came from there. And then I looked on the ground and there's these little paw prints running from it. So I picked him up and I went into the backyard, and then I heard this growl, and it was Mom, and with her other little bulldog puppies in this like heated shed that they made, I guess, for the mom and the puppies. So I put him down, and they were all really cute, and then the mom was nice to me.
You put him down? Oh my God, you monster.
God, dang it.
On Christmas even.
I know. Well, I was going to steal him and put him in a stocking and like, look what Santa brought us, but you know.
Your wife's too smart for that.
Yeah, but he was really cute, and the lady walks him around town now. He's like 110 pounds, and a couple weeks ago, I was out at there's an Elks Lodge out there, and I guess a couple months ago now, and there was a barbecue, and he was just sitting on a lawn chair, like sitting up, and it was the funniest fucking sight ever.
He
His
knows
name's
where his
Brutus.
throne is.
It's awesome. So yeah, that was a fun call because a little bulldog puppy was running through the snow.
Here's a follow-up question for you, Ryan. When Laura posts all those photos of dogs from the from adoption agencies and stuff like that, is it like her saying hint, hint, hint? Like we need more dogs in this house?
Yeah, in a way, she really wants this one. His name's Ernie. He's this Chihuahua. I don't know.
No, don't get little dogs. They're the worst.
Not all the time. I had a little dog named Reggie. He was really nice.
Reggie was cool, but this is a Chihuahua, and the next thing you know, it starts getting a posh attitude, and then it moves to Beverly Hills, and it becomes a Beverly Hills Chihuahua, and then where are we?
I don't need George Lopez telling me what to do.
Or
Can
go
it
to
make
Harvard.
you move, Chihuahua? Oh, God, that
Anywho.
movie.
Anyway, Ryan, pro tip, next time you have to work a holiday, request to work on Mother's Day because it's the holiday with the least amount of crime.
What?
Yeah, I was just reading about this.
Oh, don't go out on Father's Day. It's a massacre.
It's the one day where people don't want to let down their moms.
Aw.
Well, that or, all the moms are committing crimes, but, they're busy that day with hanging out with their kids and getting massages and stuff. So
Yeah,
I think what we've really discovered is that moms are criminal masterminds.
most likely.
I mean, Mother's Day taught me that trauma movie. Like, they're behind everything. And Psycho. Psycho taught me that too. Mother's behind everything.
Anywho, every week on Real Nerds Podcast, we see a new movie and we podcast our experience to the world. This week, we saw the Friday the 13th slasher, Freaky. Stay tuned to the end of the episode. We'll tell you if you should see the film or not, play the trailer for you, and then spoil the film. We also talk about movie news, Blu-rays that are coming out to purchase, and movies we've watched throughout the week. And sometimes we just ramble on stuff that doesn't matter, like we just did.
I don't know. Dogs are a pretty important subject.
They are. Dogs are awesome.
Yes.
Brad, are we going around town with you, or is your video movie that you shot, you're around town this week?
No, the drive-in is still open for another week.
Nice.
Wait, which drive-in? 88?
Hey, film buddies, follow me around Denver.
This week at the 88 Drive-In, they're showing the sequels to last week's drive-in lineup. So you get the Smurfs 2, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, and then Glory from 1989.
Wait, what? What's Glory a sequel to? Gettysburg?
That's not a sequel, but
No, but it's like a companion piece, I guess. Here's my no, actually, because
last week was Fury, so like
so
gotcha.
it's a war movie. Okay,
more war stuff.
I mean, so after Paul Blart Mall Cop, you go into Glory. I just don't know if that works as a lineup.
Well, they're doing it, whether you like it or not.
I'll go for Glory. I'm not gonna suffer through Paul Blart first to get to Glory. Glory's a good movie.
I'm just like, I'll just show up there at 8:25. So
Yeah.
But I think this lineup is only around until Thursday. So by the time you listen to this episode, who knows if it's even going to be the lineup?
It may be nothing at all.
So that's what's going on around town.
Cool. Is it a light week in movie news? Who knows? But Zach, you're going to fill us in.
It's real news!
I'll start with the piece that follows up from our last week's discussion. So we had talked about Johnny Depp was asked to step down or /fired from Fantastic Beasts 3, and it looks like David Yates is in talks with Mads Mikkelsen to replace him, which I'm kind of down with this idea because I like Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
I mean, he could.
Colin Farrell's too busy making the Batman right now, so he can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, and I do think that if we're going off of if I'm going off my memory of those Fantastic Beasts movies, or specifically the second one, it's feasible that Mikkelsen could transition that performance pretty easily.
Oh yeah, and he's
and bring his
terrifying
own
as
thing
Hannibal
to it.
Lecter.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. In other news, they said they wouldn't give me another season of Hannibal, so I hit my head over a brick wall for 5 hours. But no, yeah, this would be fun to see him do this. I'm not huge on the Fantastic Beasts movies per se, but I'm curious enough now to watch Mads Mikkelsen take on that particular role, and I do like Jude Law as Dumbledore. So yeah, it should be interesting to see what he can do with it. End up doing it. We'll move on to another big movie or to a bigger movie star. It seems like Dwayne Johnson's going to produce a reboot of The Scorpion King.
Nice.
If anybody remembers what the Scorpion King is, it's a film that was inspired by the Dwayne Johnson villain in The Mummy Returns.
I have it on Ultra HD.
Oof. And they gave... Well, now, Ryan, do you have the entire series, or you just have that first one?
I just have the first one. I do not have the other, I think, 4 films.
One of them has Billy Zane in it, and that's why I want to watch it, because it has Billy Zane in it. But it looks like Jonathan Herman, who was one of the scriptwriters for Straight Outta Compton, is set to write the film, and Universal's currently looking for a lead star and a director. They also said that it's got to take place in the modern day, which, I mean... until I read that we were digging up 2,500-year-old mummies out of the ground as far back as today, then I would have just said that sounded ridiculous. Now it makes complete sense because 2020 is just off the fucking wall. But I mean, I remember as a kid liking that Scorpion King movie because my folks took me to see it in the IMAX. But yeah, and it's Chuck Russell, so you can't go wrong with Chuck Russell as a director. But I haven't watched it since then, so I don't remember anything about it really. But yeah, so let's see what the Scorpion King will look like down the line. I'll go ahead and move on to some sadder news. Pandemic, as you know, is happening, and it's currently taking its effect on everything. There's reports from the National Association of Theater Owners that says that 70% of small and mid-sized cinemas may be going bankrupt by January 2021, just due to the lack of attendance, lack of product, and the quote. One of the quotes is, "Without a substantial slate of big movies, and with people still worried about the virus, our revenues will have been decimated. We're losing money while operating, and we were shut down entirely for many months. It's a matter of life and death for many theater companies." So yeah, this the bad news just keeps on coming with that. What's more, the virus is also causing. This is a report. This is something that's coming from an interview with Jason Blum with Inverse. Blum was being asked how PPE, which is personal protective equipment, would be factoring into the budgets of movies in the era of COVID. And he says it's 10 to 20% of the total production cost. It's an additional 10 to 20%. It ain't cheap. That's his quote. So budgets are going up by 10 to 20% to cover everyone's ass on COVID. So, which I'm glad that they're keeping safe and following the strict protocol. I mean, I had to do that in September with, like a 5 to 6, like a 5-person crew in my house, and we had to space out and everything. So, it says I'm getting unstable here, so I'll try to move it. I'm wondering how that'll affect the ability for productions like Blumhouse to keep going. Like, they keep their budgets pretty low, so it just means that their smaller ones are going to go up. I wonder how that affects bigger budget movies down the line.
I think they'll be. I mean, obviously they don't care because they're like Spider-Man shooting right now, and that's a $200 million movie.
Oh yes.
So it's. I mean, it is, and hopefully, we're getting news now that one vaccine's 90% effective, and today the other one is almost 95%. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, Dr. Anthony Fauci said by the summer they'll have enough vaccines to hopefully get rid of this if everything works out as planned, and hopefully it does. And we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very confident that we will have some proper resolution to this, and things won't take too big of a hit, too much more of a hit than they've already been receiving. So, yeah. So this is also kind of like the last bit of that news. Is that so? Ryan, I don't know if you know more about this than I do because I'm kind of confused. Is it Warner Brothers is apparently deciding that they might put Wonder Woman 1984 both in theaters and in HBO IMAX on Christmas Day?
Yeah, they're trying to, because I mean it's starting to get to a point, and I think other studios might start realizing this. Something like Soul, why it's going straight to Disney Plus. but it's also coming to theaters too. Is they're trying to find a way where they can release these movies and maximize how much money they can make, because eventually they're going to start just stacking movies, and then you're going to have movies that are not going to be released for a long time and just collecting dust. And then do you make other movies, or are you just going to constantly be behind in making films?
Yeah, because they can't afford, a lot of these bigger budget ones can't afford to be dumped within the same time frame because they cannibalize each other.
Yep.
And then so nobody makes any money. That's like similar. Like I don't remember how much Deadpool 2 made by comparison to Deadpool 1, but I know that Infinity War definitely probably took a little bit of a chunk out of what it could have made. So
yeah, I think it's just, I mean, they're going to have to figure, if they want to release films, they're going to have to figure it out, or they're just going to keep on delaying them.
Yeah.
Until they can start. One, for some reason, people are still stupid, and we keep on getting more cases. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what the answer is. I mean, I think debuting Wonder Woman in theaters and on like premium VOD might be the way they're going to go for a while.
Makes sense to me, because you have those people that will be willing to see it in the theater, but then you also have people who will want to watch it online, and they don't care, like, oh, I don't need the big surround sound, the Dolby quality equipment. Like, I'm just fine watching it on my little 40-inch TV at home.
Right. They're gonna find any way they can to salvage what they can out of the year. I mean, this sort of goes back to last week's discussion about Nolan pointing out that we have to adjust our expectations regarding a lot of these projects to a new reality of the box office for theater, like in terms of theater reception, is going to be different than what it was before March. So it's a different adjustment.
I think people are slowly starting to go back to, I always check my Alamo app because they do a lot of specialty screenings right now. And I mean, if you go to next week, I think it's Elf. I mean, it's almost sold out. I mean, yeah, it's buffer seating, but they're still selling a lot of tickets for this stuff. So
I think part of that might be the fact that all the Regal theaters are closed. So there's less competition now. All the people like me who would have gone to a Regal theater are now having to find other alternatives.
Possibly. And like I said before, I think I think in the Nolan article too, and this one, they got to start telling people why it's not dangerous to go. I mean, I read an article, outbreaks haven't occurred in theaters and in other places similar to theaters. It's more of like get-togethers where it breaks out.
Yeah, like where the space is 10 times more enclosed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously,
I've talked about it before that your biggest risk is really going to be an outbreak among the staff.
Yeah,
I don't see an outbreak among the theater goers, and even if there is, I mean, how do you prove that? Because they're probably.
I think people might be more comfortable going to Alamo because you have to get your temperature checked and stuff like that before you get in there.
Yeah.
So
there, I will say that in my attempts to see the movie this week, one, I didn't prep ahead enough on it apparently, but Alamo was sold out of all freaky screenings. Like I couldn't get to one. And then AMC, the one showtime I wanted to go to, was sold out. So I ended up having to go to the Dolby Atmos for it, which was fine because there was also a bigger screen and nicer sound. But so I think that people are kind of slowly, if the movies are good, they're trickling back in, or if it's something they are very interested in seeing, which we'll talk about that in the final review. But yeah, I mean, like
and another factor might be that the theaters that are still open, they're only having like limited hours, right?
Limited hours, and
they're only showing in the evenings and weekends.
Yeah, like limited hours, and I don't know if this actually took effect or not, but I thought that the capacity got reduced yet again, so that might be accounting for it as well. But I don't. I couldn't tell you what the reality of it all is, apart from the fact that studios are going to having to make these tougher decisions. Fox moved, or 20th Century Pictures moved Free Guy and Death on the Nile to next year, so they're already like Disney's slate is done for the year. and so Warner Brothers is the last man standing in regards to this, into a product to actually release. So we'll see what decision they make. I'm sure we'll get an announcement sooner rather than later. But yeah, let's move on. It seems like we're going to get another Michael Bay movie, which I'm down for this since he's no longer working in that robot realm. He's going to be doing a movie called Ambulance with Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's supposed to be in the vein of Speed. So it's like Speed with an ambulance. And it's he's going it off it seems like it might be a remake of a Danish film called Ambulancen. So I'm curious. I like Michael Bay when he's not, clearly doing a franchise piece that he seems to not care too much about. Like I really like Pain and Gain and stuff. So I'm usually down to see what he's going to offer, even if it sounds like it's been treaded down before. I have not seen his Netflix movie at all, though. The Underground, whatever, like Underground 6, is it called? So we'll have to see what that plays out to be. Ryan, we might get Darkwing Duck brought back into our lives. How do you feel about that?
Let's get dangerous.
Yeah. How would you feel about Seth Rogen being the executive producer on it?
I'm down. I love Darkwing Duck, and I watch my DVDs pretty regularly because it's a really fun show.
Yeah.
Well, are they going to kind of do like what they did with DuckTales and just bring it back that like it's animated still, but it's just a different style or something?
Yeah, I think it's the same studio as doing it. I mean, they just released the hour-long, or it's coming out really soon, the hour-long Darkwing Duck special. So when it drops, watch it.
Sweet. Well, yeah. Here's looking forward to the return of Drake Mallard. Ryan, do we need a Short Circuit remake?
No.
Okay, well, we're getting one anyway, so we'll just have to pretend it doesn't exist, like the Overboard remake.
Only if they cast an actual Indian person.
Oh, yeah, when asked if Fisher Stevens would be reprising his role, the producer said, fuck no. So, yeah, it looks like that Spyglass Media is developing a
I don't even
remake.
think the first one's that good. So, I mean, I guess if they're going to remake it, hopefully they make it good.
The only reference point to that I have to it is what you and Brad and James have described on the show. I've still never seen the first movie. I just know what Fisher Stevens does in it. And
yep, pretty bad.
Oh yeah, and they let him do it for 2 movies, if I'm recalling all these conversations in the past correctly. So, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, Wall-E was a perfectly fine robot movie. I don't think we need another one ever again. So there's some Zack Snyder's Justice League special cut news that's been banding about the internet. The first is that apparently there was an issue over the rights to Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah when using that song for the trailer. But the bigger report is that apparently the reshoots will only be adding a few additional minutes to the movie. So my question is, what the hell is this cut then? Because it seems like, how is it for? Unless there's just stuff that was already on the cutting room floor that he's putting back in, obviously. But like, then why spend $10 to $20 million on 5 minutes? I'm kind of lost for words on it.
It doesn't make sense when I heard that because he's also bringing the Joker in. Yeah. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't know either. He also said that he originally wanted to release an IMAX in black and white, and you guys know me. I like black and white movies. I love them. I can't get enough of them. I want to see the Justice League in color. That's what I would like to see, is all those colorful, bright costumes in whatever shading Zack Snyder wants them to be. I don't know if I need a black and white Justice League movie, and and I don't think Warner Brothers would have ever let him do it. So, regardless of how much money he would have made him. But I'm still rooting for this cut. I want to see what this becomes. So, David Fincher has signed a 4-year exclusive deal with Netflix. He apparently signed this deal while giving every opinion in the world imaginable over the course of this week while doing interviews for his film Mank. But in regards to his 4-year deal with Netflix, he said, I have an exclusivity deal with Netflix for another 4 years, and depending on Mank's reception, I'll either go see them sheepishly asking what I can do to redeem myself, or take the attitude of the arrogant asshole who will require making other films in black and white. No. I'm here to deliver them content, whatever it means, likely to bring them spectators in my small sphere of influence. So yeah, we'll get more David Fincher stuff out of it. Maybe it means we'll get more Mindhunter. If we can get more Mindhunter, I'm totally fine with whatever he decides to do with Netflix. I just want more Mindhunter. I'm really upset that we don't have another season of it. I've also read the reasons why we don't have a third season of Mindhunters, because he got exhausted making Mank. But yeah, we'll see. I have no comment on some of the other things he's been saying over the week. And lastly, Universal and Cinemark have stricken a deal for the shortened theatrical window. And it really looks like this is just another. This is basically, I think Freaky is kind of doing this already, because Jason Blum announced that 17 days after Freaky's release in theaters, it would be available on PVOD. So yeah, it looks like Cinemark is another feather in Universal's cap in terms of getting them to come to terms with this deal of shortened theatrical windows, which it does definitely make sense in the current environment of the pandemic, but I'm hoping that this does not get abused too much. It probably will, because we're living in fucked up times right now. That's news, unless I missed anything.
Cool. What are we going to get this week? I wonder. This is coming out on Blu-ray.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Well, Ryan, did you want a Shout Select version of Twins? The Schwarzenegger interview?
Getting the Shout version of Twins.
I didn't realize this was coming out, but I'll have to get it. Yeah, you can get Twins from 1988 on Shout Select Blu-ray.
And like $16, I think. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap. I guess amongst the new releases of the week, it's really the New Mutants, which I think New Mutants was I still haven't seen it, so I've officially not seen every X-Men movie from the Fox years in theaters, because I wasn't in town for the New Mutants episode, so I didn't go to it. Maybe I'll watch it when I have absolutely nothing else to do. You can also get season 3 of Westworld in 4K and Blu-ray. There is a Resident Evil complete series or complete collection for 4K coming out. Ryan, you're probably not picking this up since you already have everything, essentially, right?
Yeah, I do have the final chapter in 4K. I don't know if I need those movies in 4K.
I liked how you took time to figure out the answer to that question.
I'm probably going to see the reviews on it, because the final chapter is kind of murky in 4K. Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just what it is, you know. I
gotcha. Fear not. There's other things coming out. I'll tell you what. You can get the Criterion of Moonstruck, Cher and Nicolas Cage in the film that would win Cher her Oscar. Came to Criterion. You can pick that up if you like. Or you can pick up the Douglas Trumbull film Silent Running, coming to Blu-ray via Arrow. Or if you're really, really feeling ambitious, you can get Mill Creek's Hammer Films collection, which has 20 Hammer films in the set. I would normally cringe at the name Mill Creek. However, I did pick up their Lady from Shanghai release, which I've heard is a really good release. So I will be reviewing it to see what it looks like. But if they've got a bunch of Hammer films on their hands, maybe they actually took the time to restore them. I don't know. We'll have to see. And also, it looks like they're reissuing It's a Wonderful Life in 4K. I can't tell if this is a new cover or not.
It's a steel book. It's beautiful.
Oof, that's a lovely steel book.
Comes with a mini poster.
Hey, wait, he doesn't have... Wait a second, Ryan. He doesn't have a lasso over the moon. This is a fucking lie. Also from Mill Creek, by the way, this is actually something I will be picking up regardless of it being Mill Creek or not. The Inner Sanctum Mysteries Complete Film Series. These are all films made from 1943 to 1945 that star Lon Chaney Jr. These are based in name only on the Inner Sanctum radio program. They are not all great. Some of them are fun. I learned about them through Secret History of Hollywood, but these are the films you get in them, Ryan. Calling Dr. Death, Weird Woman, Dead Man's Eyes, The Frozen Ghost, Strange Confession, and the creme de la creme of titles, Pillow of Death.
Nice.
Yes.
This woman, did they make a movie about my life and not tell me?
Oh wait, hold on. I'm checking. I am checking the subtitle, Corinne. It says The Corinne Westerman Story. Wow, they knew about you in 1944? Jesus Christ. Man, you've been all over the place, Corinne.
Those bitches.
I think it was weird that they got Lon Chaney Jr. to play you, though, Corinne. I think that was kind of offensive and mean, but, whatever. But yeah, no, these are, in all seriousness, these are films that I learned about with the Universal Horror series that Secret History did. So I've seen The Frozen Ghost, so I need to watch the rest of these. So there's also a 12 film collection of Rita Hayworth films, which includes The Lady from Shanghai. I didn't realize this collection was coming out, so maybe I'll have to double dip on Lady from Shanghai. But you also get Music in My Heart, You'll Never Get Rich, Tonight and Every Night, Down to Earth, The Loves of Carmen, Affair in Trinidad, Salome, Miss Sadie Thompson, Fire Down Below, Pal Joey, and They Came to Cordura. So yeah, you can check those all out if you would like.
And Rita Hayworth, hubba.
I know. She was married to a certain writer, director, actor that I know you do not like. But actually, the story of Lady from Shanghai is interesting because she wanted to do it even though she and Orson were already divorced at this point. And then another big new release is Unhinged, the 2020 movie that reopened movie theaters, sort of, kind of. Did it really change anything, guys? I don't know. And Kino Lorber is putting out something that I really want. It's the Dragnet movie from 1954. And you get two different cuts of the film, but this is the film that was directed by Jack Webb and stars Jack Webb, along with Richard Boone, Ben Alexander, and Robinson, Virginia Gregg. I like Dragnet as a radio show. I was never a fan of the TV version for whatever reason. I just really like that radio show.
Hey, Zach,
Jack Webb.
Can you just stick to the facts, please? Just the facts. I need your opinion here. Just the facts.
Nice.
You know what, Brad? The story you're about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Don't quote Law and Order to me. Stay on topic.
No. That's not quoting a Law and Order. Law and Order is in the criminal justice system.
There are two separate. God.
Hey, Brad, this is your story. Bum bum. Yeah, and then it looks like that's really it. Unless you want the Croods in 4K. Did anybody want the Croods in 4K?
No.
Okay. Well, then we don't. Then we don't need to
I
go any further.
Out with a sequel. It's supposed to drop next week, I think.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, Ryan, guess what? I'm wrong. There is a Warner Archive collection of Alfred Hitchcock's films that he did with Warner Brothers, except for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But you get Suspicion, The Wrong Man, Dial M for Murder, and I Confess. Three of these are with Warner Brothers. One of them was an RKO joint. Obviously, that's Suspicion with Cary Grant. But yeah, I will be getting that because I kind of like the packaging. It's really neat and nice. And I get all of them in one setting. So, yeah. And that's news, or Blu-rays, sorry.
We watch films throughout the week in a segment we call What We've Been Watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, I'm going to start with you. You've been really quiet.
Yeah, I mean, my week, I didn't really watch any new movies or anything, TV shows. I watched a lot of clips of SNL sketches on YouTube, but nothing really stands out worth talking about. People
what
always
era of SNL? Modern, older?
definitely modern. I started out with season 46, which I think they are in the midst of. Eddie Murphy came back, but that episode didn't have a ton of him in it. And then I watched season 45, and then it's on YouTube. It's mostly playlists from fans, so it was just like random sketches from the 2000s, early 2000s to now. It's kind of what I picked through. So, just fun, random stuff. And nothing that I'm like, oh god, I got to talk to you guys about this. This is great. A lot of the older stuff is you got to pay for, like through the Peacock or other platforms. So I haven't quite gotten to it, but the stuff I have seen from the past, I don't have the reference that other people do for it. Like from the 70s, I almost feel like, their sketches, they were first to the doors. So, a lot of people just love them because they're first.
My wife still watches the new stuff, and I'm not the biggest fan. I still think Weekend Update's pretty funny, but I really can't get into it.
Yeah, it's like for every like great sketch, there's filler,
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
about how I feel, Brad. I watch it on their clips on YouTube occasionally, and it also just depends on the guest star. Like, I know when they had Chance the Rapper on, like, every skit was just fire. And then other times it's like, this is okay.
Yeah, you can definitely tell, like, who are the hosts that, like, really enjoy being there. Like, people like Tom Hanks or something, like, really get into, or like Emma Stone, like, they're really involved in, like, that week's episode. And then there's, like, usually musicians that are hosting that are just, like, or like a recent celebrity is hosting, and it just feels like they're mostly reading the cards off stage because they weren't there all week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked Dave Chappelle's latest appearance on it, but I don't keep up with it the way I would have, say, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But
and I really don't buy into like why people expect every episode to be a fully curated like perfection. It's a live thing.
It's a variety show. Not every sketch is going to hit. Like,
that they make up every week.
Yeah, and they've been doing this for close to, since the 70s. It's now in season like 40 or something.
46. So we're coming up
46.
on 50 soon here. So
yeah, if you go back to variety shows before SNL, like they were running on fumes by the 70s. Like they would have one like or two great bits, and then the rest of them were not up to par. So like every engine runs out of steam at some point. I'm not saying SNL's run out of steam, but you can't expect it, as you said, to have a hit every time.
Yeah, it's just the people are like, oh, it hasn't been great since the 70s. I'm just like, I don't know, like it doesn't make sense to me that they should, like in the 90s, they had an uptick, and then it just it's up and down. And probably the most fascinating thing I find watching is watching the cast rotation. I forget like the overlap, like my perception of like who's in what era. Like I can't believe Kate McKinnon's already on her 10th year. It feels like she's still like a new cast member.
Right.
And like even Phil Hartman and Will Ferrell overlapped.
That's kind of bizarre to think about.
And people like Adam Sandler were only there for like 4 years.
Yeah, actually, like, and I mean, the way I first saw Adam Sandler was not in one of his movies. The first Adam Sandler thing I would have saw was that Best of Adam Sandler reel from SNL. So, because I remember seeing Opera Man before I ever saw Billy Madison. So, like, there's still ways that it Like you can go back and watch those sketches and they still work. I like the 70s ones a lot. The 80s ones are fun with Eddie Murphy, but then after that, you're just kind of waiting for Dana Carvey and that latter half of the 80s cast to get in there.
I was shocked. I didn't realize Eddie Murphy was only like 18 when he started on that show.
Yeah, and he basically ran that show for the time that he was there. Like the only other person who had any presence on the show was Joe Piscopo, and well, we all know how that turned out.
Who do you think is the longest cast member?
I'd say Daryl Hammond.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it's not. It's Kenan Thompson. He's been there for almost 20 years.
I was gonna
Really?
say, but it's Keenan.
Yeah.
He's on there.
Daryl Hammond is the oldest cast member. He's almost in his 60s, and he's doing the voiceover now that he's Don Pardo died. So
yeah, so that's why I kind of alluded to that. But like, yeah, Keenan makes sense. He's still funny on his appearance in the advertising sketch with Chappelle was really funny.
Yeah, there's a couple episodes where they joke around about how like Lorne Michaels has ceded control of the show to Keenan. So
it's adorable.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't know. My biggest complaint for SNL for the past couple of years has been it seems like that they really, really lean in on that opening bit, and the amount of special guests they have coming in and out has increased over time. I don't feel like they give the new cast members a chance to actually flex their comedy muscles. Like, I only know about Pete Davidson not because of SNL. I know of him because of the thing he had he had a relationship with Ariana Grande, and then it kind of imploded or whatever. But also Judd Apatow like connected with him at that point, and they made King of Staten Island, which I still have yet to see. But so like I didn't even get to know Pete Davidson on SNL. Like I had to learn about him through tabloids, which kind of sucks. So, and I feel like it's because I only see SNL being propped up or talked about in regards to the amounts of sketches where they have guest stars coming in and out, you know, like nobody's allowed to do their own impression of a current figure anymore. They have to get like a guest star to do it, which I kind of, I don't know how I feel about it. But anyway.
Yeah, a lot of the episodes I watched, there would be like in the opening monologue, you know, some other person you'd expect to be there would show up. But for the most part, the most recent cast, like there's probably the least amount of turnover ever of any of the casts in the last 10 years. Like a lot of the people who are on there now have been there for like 10 or 11. So
yeah.
But yeah, and there's a lot of the like I usually skip the political openings because they're like 15 minutes long. It's like that's way too long for like an introduction to the show. Like
yeah, it's supposed to be a cold open. I mean, you do that in like I don't know 3 to 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah,
that's about how long they used to be back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So you know,
I mean, I think it's just because everything's so political now that they know that that's the stuff that people are going to stick around to watch.
Yeah, but my favorite sketches are just the random silliness. Like, there's a string of Will Ferrell is like this doctor, like this insane doctor, and like a couple just come in trying to get like a pregnancy result, and it almost feels like they're just improvising the whole sketch. Yeah, and then anytime anyone breaks, like, it's just the best.
Oh yeah,
like you can watch like some of the cast members trying to get people to snap, and it's it's the best. So anyway, yeah, that's what I watched this week. I didn't.
Corinne?
I haven't been on in a while, so I've watched a lot, but I will, I'll just hit the highlights here. So the longer you talk and distract me, the longer it will take me to get through my list. So.
Are you saying that to me, Corinne?
Yeah, I'm saying that mostly to you, Ryan, because you're the one who always derails me.
Yep. We'll say something that I won't have to derail you for, and then I won't have to.
Hey, Ryan, it's my turn to derail her now.
Perfect.
Okay, so I think last time I was on, I told you that I would let you know how season 4 of Kim's Convenience turned out. I'll just say it's great, obviously, just like the rest of the show. Again, I think like that first season was the strongest, but like the other seasons are still good. It ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Like there's all these plot lines that start developing over the course of the last few episodes of the season. And so then it's like, oh my gosh, like what happened? Like, what's going on with Mrs. Kim and her health, and like what everything's like crazy. And then I'm like, okay, so are we gonna get more seasons? And sure enough, this show has been renewed for 2 more seasons. It is on a Canadian TV channel, so I don't know when it's going to be on Netflix, but it's got to premiere on that TV channel first. But incidentally, the guy who plays the son was cast in that the MCU movie with it's like, can't remember the name of it. Something with yes. He's that guy. So that's kind of cool. Is like he's going to be this big name now once the movie comes out.
Nice.
We'll know who he is, and it's like, I watched him on Kim's Convenience. Like, I'm a hipster. I was into him before it was cool. And it was funny. I'll get into it a little bit later, but The Mandalorian, one of the new episodes, the guy who plays Mr. Kim, the dad, had like a small appearance on it, and I was like, it's Mr. Kim! And I was really excited. So, great show. I highly recommend everybody check it out. It's just something happy and funny to watch in this time of just crappiness. So, check it out. Kim's Convenience on Netflix. I also watched another really awesome and funny show. It's an anime, shoujo anime. It's called Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. It's only like 12 episodes, something like that. It's really short, but it's really, really funny. If you do watch it, I recommend you watch it in the English dub because I think it's funnier that way. It's about a bunch of high schoolers, and the main guy writes a shoujo manga, and he gets like all of his friends to help him with it, and then they all have like little adventures and misunderstandings and shenanigans that go on. So it's a lot of fun. I laughed out loud on several occasions, so it's just something to warm your heart. As I said, I've been watching the new episodes in The Mandalorian. It's great. I'm really excited to have it back. I really liked this most recent episode where, okay, I'm going to get into some spoilers here, so if you don't want any spoilers for The Mandalorian.
How many spoilers are you getting into, Corinne? I'm an episode behind.
Well, I was going to talk a little bit about the newest episode, episode 3.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, plug your ears for a second, okay?
Or you don't have to spoil stuff. You just tell us if it's good.
Too bad. I'm going to say it anyway. But yes, it was good.
Brad, mute her.
It was a little too short. I was hoping for a bit more time between Mando and the other Mandalorians. And I gotta say, for like a 50-something-year-old woman, Bo-Katan looks really, really good.
I don't think Katie Sackhoff's 50.
No, she's 40. I looked it up. She's not that old. But, I mean, it's kind of nice that they had that continuity of, like, she got to voice the character for the animated shows, and now she gets to play her in the live action. I was like, okay, so that's really cool. But then I'm like, Bo-Katan's supposed to be like 50. And she's definitely not 50 in the show. I mean, she looks like the same that she did in the Clone Wars. So can we give her like a few gray hairs or something?
Maybe age in the Star Wars universe isn't quite the scale that we have here on Earth. I mean, Yoda's 800 years old, and, you know, he's not a skeleton.
I mean, Bo-Katan in The Mandalorian is supposed to be the same age that Leia is in the new trilogy, so, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, Mandalorian, new episodes are great. I definitely did not appreciate that one with all the, like, ice spiders. Ugh. I'm never going to rewatch that episode again. Ugh.
Ryan, if you feel slighted by hearing anything in advance just now, I still haven't watched the show, so I'm, like, getting premonitions from the future on a show I haven't watched yet.
Well, I'm not listening.
Y'all cover your ears. Not my fault. Okay, real quick, want to say the Inuyasha sequel, Hanyo no Yashahime, I think it's starting to kind of straighten itself out. We've spent a little bit more time with the characters. They're all, like, in the same location. We've got, like, the kind of running premise of, like, monster of the week, and they have to, like, go and slay the monster or whatever. So we got that premise set up, but also next week's episode, or rather this Saturday's episode, looks oh my gosh, we're finally going to get some answers as to what happened to the original cast, because like they're all still MIA, and it's like, oh, finally we get some answers around here. So hopefully it doesn't disappoint me, but I'm afraid it will. And then 2 more things. I did not see Freaky in theaters this weekend, but I did go back to the theaters to see something else. I went to see the new animated movie, Wolfwalkers, and it was excellent. I really recommend everybody go watch it.
Yeah, from the people who did The Secret of Kells and whatnot.
Yeah. Same people who did Secret of Kells and Song of the Sea. Don't watch the trailer first, because the trailer spoils a bunch of stuff. I purposely did not watch the trailer because I was like, I want to go into it with like no expectations. I don't even want to know the plot or the cast or anything like that. And I had a lot of fun. There were a lot of like really cool revelations and developments that happened in the movie. And I was really invested. Admittedly, it does take a little bit to get going. I was like, okay, where are we going with this? Like the first third of it. But then once like the first big thing happens, I was like, okay, I'm on board. Like, sign me the fuck up for the rest of this movie. The Sean Bean is one of the cast members. He's probably like the most recognizable cast member. So really, really good movie. Animation's beautiful. Voice cast did an excellent job, especially the kids. There are a couple of I don't know if the actors are kids, but at least the characters are. They sound like kids. So anyway, I don't want to say too much to spoil anything.
So you'll spoil The Mandalorian for me, but you won't spoil this movie? Cool. Fran, thanks.
That's your own damn fault, Ryan.
It's not my fault. You could have shown some restraint.
No. I'm going to talk about it. Y'all spoil shit for me all the time.
No, spoil this fucking movie because I don't care about it.
No.
Just do what I do.
You
And
said that you like Song of the Sea.
I do. I love Song of the Sea. It's beautiful.
I think you would like it. It's really good.
I'm sorry, Brad, what were you saying?
I was saying just do what I do and tune out by doing paperwork for your 48-hour film.
Oh, okay, cool.
First, you got to make a 48-hour film, Ryan.
I'll send you some Word docs, and you can just click away at it while she's talking.
All right. The last thing I wanted to talk about is that, guess what, Ryan? The Blacklist premiered on Friday.
Oh,
Oh my God, Ryan's in a coma. Someone call 911.
Fucking this real nerd. This is movies, not TV.
Too bad. It's what I've watched. It's not what movies have I been watching, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm going to change the name of it so I never have to deal with this shit again.
Corinne,
I
you need
just
to
talk for like 10 minutes about SNL clips.
Because we haven't talked about that ever. I'm pretty sure we could have like a 5-hour episode of The Blacklist.
I was surprised we talked that long about SNL. Like I went into the episode thinking like, oh, this will be quick because I'll just be like, I didn't watch anything and move on.
And everybody's like, no, I like this particular season, and here's why.
Let's all get all our feelings about SNL for the past 40 years out in the open.
And Brad,
Finally.
it was good therapy.
So Zach, what'd you watch this week?
No, I didn't talk about it.
Fucking mute her, Brad.
Corinne, what's going on with James Spader? Is he still trying to kill the Avengers? What's going on here?
Kill the Avengers.
Oh, yeah. Remember he was Ultron. You remember that movie.
Right.
Came out, 5 years ago?
No, longer. I don't know. This whole year felt like a decade unto itself. Okay, I'll be quick. It was really, really stupid, as expected. Liz kissed wrestler. I yelled at the TV so loud that my roommate was like, are you okay? Oh my gosh. It was just the most convoluted plan. And now Liz has sided with her mom in this whole like feud between her mom and Red. And I guess the preview for next episode, Katarina shows up and she's talking to Red. She's like, isn't it awesome that she chose me over you? Oh, you must feel like shit. But I did want to mention, as expected, they did not incorporate the pandemic into the show's universe. There was actually a shot where Liz is in front of the FBI building, and it is just painfully obvious that it's CG. And I'm like, yeah, because they had to CG that shot, because if they had shot it live, everybody would have been wearing masks and stuff. So, just goes to show you that, I don't know.
Should have ended two seasons ago.
Show's really dumb. I mean, I get it. Not everybody's going to want to incorporate it into their plot lines, but...
Corinne, how many seasons is it on right now?
It's on the 8th season.
Okay, so if they get to a 9th season, I'll just wait for the clip show that plays Good Riddance, The Time of Your Life during the montage of it. You know, that'll catch me up right quick. That's a Seinfeld reference, guys.
I remember they did have a clip show back in season 2.
That's bizarre.
There wasn't really a lot to recap. I don't know why we did this now, but... Okay. All right, I'll shut up now. But anyway, Blacklist is still terrible. Don't watch it ever. Garbage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Zach, go ahead.
Alrighty. So I watched a couple of things. I did a recording for Yesteryear on It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. So I had to rewatch the movie. I ended up rewatching both the theatrical cut and the restoration cut in 2 different sittings, and I
Wait,
know
Zach,
what?
What's the difference between the theatrical and the restoration cut?
So the restoration cut has to do with the fact that when they first premiered this film, it was set at about 192 minutes, and they had to keep cutting it down before the general theatrical release. So what you have with the restoration cut via Criterion is you have a conglomeration of footage that they tracked from different sources, including different Laserdisc releases, different foreign releases that had extra footage incorporated, and moments where they don't have the visual element, but they have the sound. So they used production stills combined with these lost soundtracks that they reincorporated into the film according to the original shooting script. So the restoration, I said it before on this show years ago, like I don't think it's entirely necessary, but I enjoyed watching certain sections of it because there are moments with Buster Keaton in it that were supposed to be a little bit more prevalent that aren't present in the theatrical cut. But in terms of that movie in general, like, it's still a fucking blast. I mean, like, this is a movie that has the audacity to show Jimmy Durante literally kicking the bucket as he dies. And I actually liked, because I was doing production research on it, Carl Reiner actually fit very heavily into it because he talked about the fact he's in the movie for a good 2 minutes. He plays an air traffic controller who's trying to get Buddy Hackett and Mickey Rooney down in the plane that they're attempting to land. And there's a shot where Buddy Hackett, the plane is coming in on the runway and it nearly clips Carl Reiner. So he tells the story is that he's so far away from the camera that he jokingly yelled out makeup, because like nobody's going to see him that close up, right, guys? And then as the plane flew by for the shot and nearly clipped him and got so close, as the plane went away, Carl Reiner just yelled out underwear to indicate that he had nearly shit his pants. It's still a wonderful film. The episode that we recorded on it is about as long as the theatrical cut of the movie itself, so I'm looking forward to releasing that. And actually, speaking of that show, the next episode that'll be coming out will be Ryan's episode where we talk about Mr. Lucky and The Awful Truth. And then I actually ended up recording a Shamley supplement on High Anxiety, the Mel Brooks film that's an homage to Hitchcock. So I rewatched High Anxiety. That movie's still fucking wonderful. Still has one of my favorite songs of all time, which is High Anxiety, the theme for High Anxiety. Just a fucking blast of a movie. Like that movie knows how to be a Hitchcock movie without having to have Hitchcock in the room. There's just the Psycho homage. Ryan, have you seen High Anxiety?
I have.
Yeah, the Psycho homage that I'm talking about with the newspaper, right?
Yeah.
That scene still fucking cracks me up. Not because it's an homage to Psycho, but so the guy who the scene is that Mel Brooks's character is checking into a hotel. He really wants a newspaper to find out more on the information of this murder of a person that worked at his institute. So he tells a bellboy to get the paper, and it's played by Barry Levinson, future writer and director of Rain Man. And Barry Levinson is like very temperamental, like easily ticked off about it. And when Brooks keeps reminding him about the paper, he just gets more annoyed and more annoyed. And then finally they come to the psycho moment where Mel Brooks gets in the shower, and then the bellboy, played by Barry Levinson, comes in and starts stabbing Mel Brooks with the newspaper, going, here's your paper, here's your paper, here's your paper. Happy now, happy now. It's some of the most beautiful yelling delivery you'll ever hear comes out of Barry Levinson's mouth. It's friggin' wonderful. And it actually led me to rewatch Silent Movie later on that night, which I'm surprised that movie doesn't get talked about as much as it should, because I think it's such an adorable movie that he made in between Young Frankenstein and High Anxiety, where it's very much of its era. There's some title cards that obviously do not work today, but that movie is still a loving homage to that era, but also it's just a damn funny movie. Like, they're trying to collect all these different movie stars to be in the silent movie to save the movie studio that Sid Caesar runs in the movie. And when they go to try to get Burt Reynolds, they pull up to his house. They don't know where Burt Reynolds' house is. And then Marty Feldman points to a big mansion right across from him, and the mansion just says Burt Reynolds. And it has a big portrait of Burt Reynolds on the front of it. This movie is still wonderful. It still works. That score by John Morris is a fantastic score. And it has Carol Arthur in it, the late Carol Arthur, who passed away not too long ago. She plays a pregnant woman who gets in their car at the beginning of the movie, and because she's pregnant, the car tilts back and it's doing a wheelie throughout the streets. And then I rewatched Young Frankenstein and this whole trek on it, and that's a perfect movie. That's just a perfect movie. There's nothing I can say about Young Frankenstein that hasn't already been said before. Apart from the fact that I really, really enjoyed watching Marty Feldman this time around, as I generally do, but like just watching everything he does physically is just straight up an homage to Buster Keaton and his kind of like style of movement that he did in his films. Like there's just an authenticity that Marty Feldman had that I don't think a lot of actors of his era did, and it's a shame that he died as young as he did. And then for Film Club, we watched A Slight Case of Murder. It's a movie where Edward G. Robinson plays a bootlegger who goes legit after Prohibition is repealed, and he's on the verge of losing everything because his beer is garbage. And nobody has the heart to tell him that his beer is garbage. Meanwhile, he throws a party and gets involved in various different schemes involving adopting children and trying to obtain the money to save his business. If you ever needed proof that Edward G. Robinson was a great comic actor, you should just watch this and Brother Orchid, and that'll be all the proof you ever needed. Like, he has wonderful timing. It's amazing. And I had rewatched that movie. I watched that movie for the first time a couple of years ago and talked about it on this show. It's one of those films that you're not expecting it to be as funny as it is, and it's got like literally every gangster actor in the genre. And then I wrapped up my Thin Man series rewatch. So I watched The Thin Man Goes Home. Yet another mystery that Nick Charles has to solve with Nora and Asta at his side. But this time, in The Thin Man Goes Home, Nick Charles has to do this sober. He cannot have a drink because he doesn't want to give his father the impression that he is still a party boy, but he clearly is. So throughout this whole movie, Nick Charles is drinking cider while solving this mystery of who killed somebody literally at the doorstep of the Charles estate. So it's one of the weaker films. Like, these films get weaker as they go on technically, but there's still good moments in them. There's a good moment with Nora trailing somebody she thinks is the killer, and you get a lot of like in the window gags and like her starting a brawl in a pool room. Like, it's still blasted. There's also a scene, Myrtle Loy's a genius. There's a scene where they're outside of Charles's parents' front yard, and she's wrestling with a lawn chair and trying to get it to stick up. And it's just some beautiful physical comedy from Myrna Loy. It's still a wonderful moment. And then before we started recording, I watched Song of the Thin Man, which is the final in the series. This one, it's clear that the series has run out of steam, but I'd forgotten about this. One of the things that I liked about it initially was that the whole series is predicated on the fact that Nick Charles doesn't want to do anything except live in retirement with his wife and her money, because it's a little joke that they have within their marriage. But Nora's always trying to get him to solve a mystery. In the beginning of this film, it's indicated that Nora does not want to even have anything to do with murder mysteries until when one happens, then she just says, oh, you've got to do it. And I'm like, well, I love the idea of Nora being virtually tired of solving all these mysteries, because throughout the series, she has seen what getting into these mysteries brings with it. But this is a formula in the 40s. It's not going to change. Everybody's still on their game in terms of their roles in the series, but they're not. It's not the same. So it ends pretty much where it needs to. But it's still fun. Each of those films, regardless of where the quality lies, you still get Powell and Loy in their banter, and it's just wonderful. And then the last thing I watched was apparently a short film that I made and released over the week has been getting lovely response. So that was nice to see. What?
Just being an asshole.
Oh, yeah, because we talked about Brad's earlier in the show, so I figured it was only fair that I could mention mine. But yeah, no, it was nice to see. Week. What?
That's another thing I watched this week. Oh, well.
Oh, I guess you can just ignore it like you do everything. But
I didn't watch it because I don't care.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Ryan, I just got Ryan's response to my tweet on yesteryear. But yeah, no, it was very nice to see it. I had never done a movie like that before. So it was very, not the black and white thing, but the relationship drama thing. But Risa, Scott, and Hayden Winston encouraged me to do it early on, and we shot it in September. We took a month to get everything down, from the sound design to the edit, and I'm very, very happy with the result. So everybody kicked ass on that set. It was wonderful. I hope I didn't depress anybody with it. I sent Ryan a text with a link to it saying, I'm sorry this is in black and white. What I should have also said was, I'm sorry this is also depressing. But yeah, that's all I watched this week.
Cool. Yeah, for some reason this week I decided I was going to watch a few things. It's interesting. I went through all the Friday the 13th. I just need to watch the remake. And when you watch them back to 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 back,
that's a lot of backs.
Yeah, you can see the ones that are better made, the ones that are edited better, the ones that just keep your interest longer. I'll probably do a ranking of them after rewatching them in that manner. Because stuff like, I think part 2 stands out to me as being pretty unrelenting at the end. And yeah, it's lots of fun. It's taken me a long time to go through the bonus features because I don't even know how many hours there are of them. So yeah, that's pretty fun. And I learned that Bing Crosby's son is in the first Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and, Harry.
Yeah.
Is he killed with a sack of oranges?
Oh my God, Brad. It won't leave a bruise, and I'll let him know who's boss. There's no doubt about it. Oh my God.
Nice deep cut.
On the Crystal Lake box set, or the Crystal Lake doc, they talked about how apparently it was just after Bing had died, and so he was
died
still
in 1977, and
so he was still kind of reeling from his father's death, which I would imagine. So
yeah, it's the first time I've seen him do an interview. His interview is kind of funny though because he doesn't remember anything from the shoot. Brad, have you watched that bonus feature?
No.
it's funny. He'll say, "Yeah, I was really grateful for the opportunity, and yeah, I don't remember how it happened." And then he'll say other things about his career, and then he says, "Yeah, I don't remember in Friday the 13th how this happened." It's pretty funny. I mean, it's been 41 years, but so that's fun. I watched Searching with John Cho.
Oh yeah, I saw that at the drive-in. Like, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, it's way better than I thought it was going to be.
Right.
It's one of those movies that sometimes I go to Best Buy and they have movies that are $4.99. I say this all the time, and I heard that movie is pretty good, so I was like, you know what, might as well get it and check it out. And it is really good. John Cho's daughter goes missing, and he starts learning all this other stuff about her. He starts unraveling this mystery that maybe she isn't the person that she thinks she is. And what's really cool is it's all played out in social media and through like text messages and FaceTime and news reports. And it's a really interesting way to make a film. And the bonus features are cool because the director and writer of it used to work at Google, and he had the idea for the movie to make it that way. And he actually shot the whole movie with him playing every part before he went and shot the movie. So when he put in the real actors,
kind of like a test run or something.
Yeah,
or like a demo. Like
but he did the whole movie, and so basically what he did when he had the actors shoot it, he just put them in the screen instead of himself. So he already had the movie done. It's a really fascinating movie. Brad, did you like it?
Yeah, like I said, it was just really clever. Like you think that something that's just played out in like FaceTime and social media would be kind of like cheesy, but it's actually a pretty good mystery, and it's told really well through those devices.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't done something like that during the pandemic. It seems like it'd be perfect for it.
They have. There's been horror films that have been released, but not like Searching.
Horror films. How would I know about that?
I don't know.
So yeah, no, I was impressed. It's actually a pretty good movie. I was a little disappointed how it was resolved. I
haven't watched it in a while, so I don't remember how.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it because it's important to not know how this movie plays out. Nope. But it's still, I mean, the mystery's still fun though. I watched Becky, which is a home invasion movie from this year that has Joel McHale in it and Kevin James. And it's Lulu Wilson is Becky. I liked it more than Henry did, but it's about a father and a daughter, and their mom has passed away and she's been dead for a year or two, and they go to their cabin, and Becky is introduced to his dad's soon-to-be fiance, and so she's not ready to say goodbye to her mom. She passed away from cancer, and she runs away and goes into her like little clubhouse, treehouse kind of thing, and while she's there, bad guys break into their home, and things happen, and then Becky decides she's going to have revenge on them and kills them in really brutal ways. Not a very deep movie, but the soundtrack's really fun, and I had lots of fun watching it. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it.
No, I've heard of it though.
Yeah,
I have not heard of it.
It's not your kind of movie, Corinne.
Is it my kind of movie, Ryan?
Yeah, I think you would like it.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's just a kind of a different thing, and it's by the guys who made Cooties. So if you've seen Cooties,
ooh, I'm down.
Yeah, there's some funny things in it.
I mean, I got Cooties one time. Does that count?
Yeah, don't be kissing people on the playground. I also watched The Babysitter, Killer Queen, which is a sequel to The Babysitter. The first Babysitter movie was better than I thought it was going to be. Basically, it's these babysitters that are part of a satanic cult, and they have to sacrifice people. Directed by probably the greatest film director from the 2000s, Mick G.
Oh, God damn it, Ryan.
And the second, it's pretty funny. It's really gory. Towards the end, the story I kind of loses steam, but it's still fun. It's not great, but when you stay up till 3 a.m. because you work, and then on days you don't work, you have a hard time going to sleep. There's worse things to put on.
Gotcha.
I also watched the 2020 Mulan, which is a really fun movie. Whatever, Corinne. It's a fun movie. It's nicely shot. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best Disney live action remake. I still think it's Cinderella if I had to pick one. But I mean, this action in it's pretty spectacular. It's shot really well. It gets the point of Mulan across really well. I never thought Mulan was a great animated film anyways. I thought it was a good one. And yeah, I think it's really good. The steelbook is beautiful. If you're going to buy it, get the steelbook. It's watercolor kind of design. It's a lot like the Black Panther one, the original Black Panther, if anybody remembers that. And the last thing I watched was Ben Affleck in The Way Back, which
you're ahead of me.
Oh yeah, I watched that too.
I really liked this movie. It's a kind of a tough movie to watch because it's another one of those movies where, kind of like Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, where you expect him to make better decisions, but he never does. Mm-hmm. In the film, Ben Affleck plays a guy who's an alcoholic and is, I guess, a dock worker. And he used to be a huge basketball star at his old Catholic high school. And they ask him if he'll come and coach the team, and he decides he's going to do it. And as he coaches the team, he starts to kind of rehabilitate himself. He also has an estranged wife. I'm not going to tell you why they're estranged because that'd be a spoiler. So I'm
going to do it.
Don't do it. But it's Ben Affleck is really, really great in this movie. Every time you feel like it's going to go into a sport movie cliche, it kind of veers away from it. And it's pretty hard to watch Ben Affleck's character with his alcoholism, because he says horrible things and he does horrible things, and he expects it to go away, and he plays it off like everything's okay. And it's a really powerful movie. Brad, did you like it?
I should clarify. I caught it on HBO while I was on a work trip, and I came in when one of the kids on the team is late for the oh my god, what do they call practice? Yes, and so he gets dismissed, and so I watched everything from then on. Did I miss a lot?
I think you missed about 40 minutes of the movie. Yeah,
40. Oh my god. Yeah. But yeah, I was surprised by this. The structure of it, and that's me having only, I guess, missed 40 minutes of it, but it definitely didn't feel like a beginning, middle, and end act thing because of how it ends. I'm so trained to expect the story to go through the basketball games.
Yeah,
it's really not, and there's really no traditional ending to it because he doesn't playing basketball doesn't turn him around.
No, there's no resolution to the story.
Yeah.
And he's so good at, there's this one scene where he's in a hospital and he sees something and it breaks him, and he is, man, it's pretty powerful. So it's on HBO Max right now. I recommend everybody check out The Way Back. It might make my Filmsplosion list. Teaser for something that's happening in 6 weeks.
I remember Brad talking about it a couple weeks ago, and I put it on hold at the library for that reason. So I'm interested to check it out.
Yeah, no, it's because like I said, it sometimes might veer into cliches, but then the turns it takes with the cliches is what you don't expect. And that's why I kind of really like this movie.
Yeah, every time I was excited to actually watch the basketball games play out, I was a little bummed about this is a dramatic movie that's not about kids succeeding at basketball.
It's not him necessarily fixing the basketball team, it's him fixing himself. And he's amazing. I've been saying it for years that Ben Affleck's a way better character than actor than anybody gives him credit for.
Oh yeah.
And, I still think he's an awesome Bruce Wayne. I think he's awesome in Argo, Good Will Hunting, and he's really funny.
He's the common Phantom too.
Oh, dude, fucking Phantom's like a motherfucker.
What's up now?
That's a great thing. Like, he's really funny in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back as himself twice. And,
what about Jiggly or whatever? Gigi, whatever the hell that. Yeah, that.
Geely is not his fault.
Yeah, and it's, that movie gets a lot of crap. It's not good, and I'll never watch it again, but it's not a train wreck.
Like, it's not unwatchable. It's just there's a lot of choices in Geely that are made that I don't think you should have made. They were wrong-headed in a, 80 years removed way. Like, it's really strange. And it's Martin Brest, so I don't understand how that happened, but...
Yep.
Anywho.
Yep. And that's what I watched this week. This week, we went to Alamo Drafthouse, some of us, and saw Freaky. Zach, should people see Freaky?
Yeah, I think you should. This movie was a lot of fun. The trailer honestly kind of had me rolling my eyes because I was like, another gimmicky attempt at a horror movie. But I sort of said that about Happy Death Day and was gladly proven wrong. So I went into this. I had such a blast. I think this is the best Vince Vaughn movie I've seen in a while. And I like the gal Catherine Newton who plays who, like, both of them get to double duty up as different versions of themselves, and I just had a blast with that. I think Christopher Landon's a really good director from his track record thus far with the Happy Death Day movies and this, and even his Paranormal Activity is fun too. So I would definitely check this out. It's a lot of fun, and I saw it in Dolby Atmos, so it sounded incredible. It was like a nice, good horror film experience. So,
Brad.
Yeah, it wasn't as much fun as I wanted it to be. There's just some confusing choices I think were just made for the sake of the gag rather than the story. There's just a lot of decisions characters make just feel like they're done because the director wants them to happen, and they don't really make sense to the story. So, and I didn't think the humor was quite as sharp as, say, like a Shaun of the Dead or something. So, yeah, it's all right for me.
I think I'm more in the Zach's boat. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. What's really cool is it seems, looking at movies that are coming in the pipeline, that slasher films might be making a resurgence. And I hope they do because they're fun. And here's a trailer for Freaky.
Good morning. Morning. That's me, Millie. Ordinary, boring Millie.
I love your dress. I think I saw it at Discount Bonanza.
Okay, so I was never the most popular.
Homecoming's this weekend. Booker is gonna be at the dance.
And boys never really noticed me.
Wow!
Honestly, if this was a horror movie, I'd be one of the first ones to get killed.
Cue the creepy dude in the mask.
Like I said. But actually, it turns out...
Where am I?
I didn't get killed.
Oh my God, why do I sound like that?
I woke up in the killer's body.
The Blissfield Butcher strikes again.
Don't freak out.
You're black! I'm gay! We are so dead!
Ow! Will you stop? It's me, it's Millie! Hail, Blissfield, high, feel our glory and our might.
Oh my God! And not only is that psycho wearing my body, he's killing it.
He's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Who knows how many of our friends he's gonna kill?
Are you sure this is safe? No.
Oh my God, it's a slaughterhouse.
I have like less than 6 hours to swap back, or I'm gonna be stuck in his body forever.
Hurry up, loser. I gotta take a dump.
I have to admit, it hasn't been all bad.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Move! How's that feel? I'll make you wish your stupid face was never born. Oh my God, did you just pee yourself?
Yes!
Whoa, what am I wearing?
I'm actually really liking this for you. Great. We're gonna get killed by Murder Barbie.
I can't wait to kill you.
Time to stop this asshole.
We're in this together.
I want my body back.
Come and get it.
Look, I know I look like the butcher, but it's Millie.
He's crazy.
Okay, Booker, can you look at me, please?
Booker!
Dry up, bitch.
Booker, help! Booker!
Will you shut up?
Booker!
Yeah, you know, when I went to Brad, did you see it at the Alamo?
No, at AMC.
The Alamo was awesome. They played like nothing but a bunch of, they had obviously Freaky Friday and, you know, like Father Like Son, like cheesy 80s movies. Mm-hmm. But then they played tons of horror, like trailers from the 80s. It was awesome. But anyways, in it, this serial killer who's a lot like Jason.
Yeah.
Even breaks through the door like Jason.
I know, it was awesome.
Even has the same fonts as Jason.
He is killing people all around town, and he attempts to kill Millie, who is the main character, at the football game afterwards. She's the dancing beaver. But he uses this knife that he stole from this art collector's house, and when he stabs her, they switch bodies. And yeah, that's the premise. So now the serial killer is in this petite blonde-headed girl in high school, and the petite blonde-headed girl is now in like 6'5" Vince Vaughn. Yep. And they have to find a way to switch bodies back, and carnage and hilarity ensues.
Ryan, can we talk about Vince Vaughn as a slasher killer?
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
He's great, right? Like
yeah.
in those.
He's in the Psycho remake, so.
You know why he never worked in the Psycho remake? Because he's too big to play Norman Bates.
He's too big, and I mean, he's not the problem with the Psycho remake. I'll put it that way. But no,
coming soon from Scream Factory Crypt by me. The Psycho remake.
You should have.
Fred Claus. I mean, have you seen that movie? It's pretty terrifying.
Does he kill Paul Giamatti in that movie? Then I'm not. This is nothing against Paul Giamatti. I just think that would be an interesting thing to happen. But his presence in that opening and then in the ending sequences, he is a stalker killer. Like, he is doing a really good job with it. I mean, like, aside from the fact that he's basically only wearing a hobo's t-shirt, he is fucking dominating those scenes. Like,
was there a lot of people at the theater when you guys saw it?
No.
Well, I went to Dolby Atmos, so it wasn't that packed to begin with. But yes. the show I was
mine was, and what I really liked about it is the first real kill in the film is when he jams this wine bottle down this kid's throat.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I was excited. I was like, wow, they're actually, like, this movie actually might have some inventive stuff.
Yeah, and I remember my audience mine was pretty full, and my audience screamed when it happened. So,
but then they do stuff like there's a cryogenics chamber in like a high school athletics like department.
No, that's not a cryogenic. It's
like a therma.
Yeah, it's a new thing that athletes use. It's
thermocool. It's supposed to.
Yeah, Laura just told me it's cryotherapy.
Yeah,
but in like an average high school, like I'd expect like a college or something, because it's almost pro sports. But
maybe this is one of those schools that just plays balls so well that they're able to just squeeze in a little bit of extra technology in there.
Like the liability that comes with having a device that could freeze you almost like liquid nitrogen.
But Brad, it's okay. But Brad, it's okay. It goes to the athletic department because they get all the money. Did you see their theater set? It looks like garbage compared to their athletic department.
No, did you guys see Jason X? They just got it from.
Yep, that's also another thing. Like this movie is kind of homaging Friday the 13th kills.
But yeah, no. So I think people have gotten used to PG-13 horror films, and and so even so they're expecting toned down violence, and like I said, so he killed that dude that way, and the rest of the kills were pretty brutal in the opening.
Oh yeah,
and I don't think people were prepared for it, and so it was pretty fun.
The impression that I got from the trailer was that it was going to be PG-13. I didn't even bother to look at the rating. So like, you know, when you told me it was rated R before going to the movie, I was like, oh, well, let's see how this plays out. And like, there's everything from, you know, premarital sex all the way down to wine bottles being shoved up down people's throats. Like, I was like, oh, wow, this is an actual slasher movie. This is awesome. I mean, not to say that Happy Death Day isn't, but that's more of like a mystery movie to my mind.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
But anyway, I was going to say though, like the once they get into Freaky Friday mode, the one thing that I was worried about was that, okay, the comedy tone's going to overtake the slasher elements that have been working so well. But I shouldn't have been led down that path because he already sets it up with such brutal like kills. Once once they've switched sides and Catherine Newton is getting into kill mode, she is merciless. Not even like, you know, I mean, the cryogenic one is, you know, it's a Jason kill. But, like, when she goes wailing on that teacher, like, that is some wonderful, wonderful slasher moments there.
And one of the things I like, too, that the movie played with is, you know, Vince Vaughn, as the killer, is used to being this big, super strong dude. Mm-hmm. And she gets her ass kicked. And he has to learn to he can't overpower people like he did before.
Yeah, he's using he has to use different techniques within this, like... There's some wonderful setup moments and like how it works with like the opposing situations where, like, I mean, when she's in the Hillbrook what's the name of their town, like Blissville Slasher or the Blissville Killer or whatever, she's getting a sense of empowerment that she's never felt before. And then they use the imagery. I love this. They use the imagery of Catherine Newton as the killer in that scene when she gets led into the alley with those three other jocks, and then she just wails on him with a fucking chainsaw. Like, there's some like wonderful like moments in there that I just wasn't expecting it to go as far as it did. Like, I thought this would be pretty held back, but Landon apparently decided to blow everybody's minds away. There's also the scene with her. She has two friends in the movie. One of them's a gay fella, and they have already gotten her as the killer tied in the chair. And the scene with his mother coming in on them, it's a fun comedic moment at first, but then once she breaks free from that chair, like there was a lot of tension in my theater. Like there was like a good yelp or two because she was she was just chasing him down the hall, and then the knife coming through the door, which has been done to death, but it worked in this movie. It is. And there's also practical effects in here. Like there's practical blood, there's practical gore. There's a lot of fun stuff in there.
Like I said, I know, Brad, maybe you can attest this too. I think people have gotten soft on horror because the violence in it, I mean, I'm used to it, but my audience reacted really strong to the violence in it.
Mm-hmm. I was in a room of two other people, so I didn't. Yeah.
But I mean,
I guess, maybe it's because they went into it thinking it was going to be more of a comedy, because I think that's how the trailer sold it. Because even I was kind of intrigued. I was like, this could be kind of interesting. Like, maybe it's kind of light on the horror and more of a comedy. So maybe that's why.
I think the balance is just right for it. I mean, like, I don't think horror movies have gotten too soft, because I mean, like, the Halloween reboot was not pulling any punches when it came out 2 years ago. if we're talking about the slasher genre, and like, and there's plenty of other horror movies that like push their violent limits to their expectations. Like Come to Daddy from earlier does that.
Yeah, but I mean, but you're saying like Come Daddy. I mean, that's not mainstream.
Halloween. Oh, if you're talking mainstream, no, they've pulled back a little bit unless they do something like a Halloween reboot. Like that, I agree. Yeah, that they because Happy Death Day, both of them are PG-13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then okay. And then Truth or Dare, some of the other Blumhouse stuff that's come out that hasn't been by Jordan Peele, like, they tend to play it more on the safe side. So.
Yeah, well, even, Jordan Peele stuff is a little more psychological than it is on the violence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people have gotten used to the monsters, whether it's Ghostface, Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, Jason, they haven't really had their day besides, Michael Myers is the most recent one.
Right.
I don't know if people are used to that anymore. Where it's no remorse. It's just killing.
I wonder if it's like with Michael, I think the exception with Michael has been like they found a way to make him scary again in a way that I hope they find for Jason and Freddy. But it seems like that Michael just lended itself well to that kind of, if we retcon these certain things, this happens. What I like about the Blissfield Butcher here is that because the mask isn't the important part. The important part is he's a brutal, sadistic motherfucker. Like, he is not messing around. He is on one mission: kill. He listens to the knife at the beginning, like, this guy is off his fucking rocker. Like, the moment I laughed the loudest is also the moment that creeped me out a bit, was when she wakes up in his kill lair. Because it's terrifying of all the things she's surrounded by in this body, but also it's just hilarious to be like, oh, just what if you woke up in Jason Voorhees' cave, or like wherever he's hanging out in the middle of the woods in Crystal Lake. Like that's a cool moment. But yeah, I hope this means we get more stuff like this, because I'd love to see Christopher Landon do another slasher movie in this vein. I don't want a sequel to this movie. I really don't. I think it is fine just the way it is.
Brad, you weren't as impressed. What weren't you impressed with as much?
Yeah, like I thought towards the end the kills weren't as creative as like the opening was. By the end, she's just wielding a chainsaw or just stabbing people or hitting people. And then like I liked what Vince Vaughn was doing as like in his performance, but it was that thing that people complain about Shazam, where like Zachary Levi's version of that kid wasn't the performance that the kid was giving. I felt like he did that with Catherine Newton's thing, because she's like, I know she's, as herself, she's very meek and reserved and, antisocial. But I didn't see any of that come through with Vince Vaughn's. Like Vince Vaughn, like he could have been portraying like, the ditzy cheerleader, right? As his take on the girl. So I felt that like there was a disconnect between those two performances. But obviously his version would have been, and is, more entertaining than like just doing what she was doing, in a different body. And I also didn't think it capitalized on the premise of these two characters switching bodies. Like, I felt like it was trying to ride a line of like, well, we really want to do like stuff that honors the genre while also trying to like just serve the story. So, I thought there were a lot of missed opportunities with dealing with the serial killer who isn't in like a weaker, I guess, body, and her struggling with, you think when she wakes up right away, she would notice her hands, she doesn't have to like go to the mirror and notice that she's, this huge man. And then the epilogue, like after, they get rescued in the ambulance and everything, it just felt like that whole extra scene that I didn't think was needed at all. Like it's there to make her kind of feel more empowered.
I mean, if we're lucky, it sets up the fact that you don't need a sequel to this movie, because you could have just ended on the ambulance with him clearly still alive, and then you cut to black at the end.
Yeah, he was also shot like 8 times. Like, He didn't seem weakened at all in their house. So
much like any any slasher killer in any of these movies, they can get shot 6 times, they can get shot in the heart, and they still get up and walk out.
Yeah.
So they're kind of following that trope.
Yeah, it's when Stu says in Scream, where the supposed killer comes back alive
for one last scare,
but he's not dead.
Yeah, it's like he's not supernatural though. It's just the dagger is, right? So that's where I'm just like, that doesn't make sense to me.
We don't know much about him, so
yeah, and it's supposed to be fun, but it's just like, I don't know, just felt off to me. And it's just like the lack of security at the police station, I guess. Like that whole sequence. Yeah, I don't know. Just wasn't as sharp as...
I can say that police departments don't have evidence in a locker that you can see through just to pick up.
Just sitting out in the main area, which didn't even look like a police station. It was like some boathouse next to a huge mansion.
Yeah, well, come see where I work sometime, Brad. You won't be that impressed either.
We don't know what Blissfield's city budget is for its police department. We have no idea of this universe just yet. We're just experiencing this movie. Give it time. Somebody will build a Wikipedia page dedicated to explaining why that evidence locker is so
Zach,
close.
you need a sequel because it'd be too freaky. TOO freaky.
Ooh. Okay, now I kind of want it just for the title alone. And then the third one could be, and then the third one could be way too freaky or something like that. Just find a way to keep building off that title.
No, it'd be Still Freaky.
Still Freaky. The reboot is Stay Freaky.
Yes.
Or Freaky within 3 for the E.
Yes.
Ooh. Corinne's good with marketing horror films, even if she doesn't like watching them.
Cool. Next week, I don't think anything's opening, so maybe Rebecca.
Yeah, I've been down with that. I've held off long enough.
But
I won't be able to join next week, though. So dang it! Why do you have to pick something I actually want to talk about?
Yep. Sorry, Corinne. Spoilers. We're doing it. I don't know. I'll wait.
It's not how spoilers work.
Yep, for me it is. I'll wait a couple days because sometimes Alamo releases their schedule and movie theaters. There might be something that trickles out. But thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
You could always go see War with Grandpa.
Nope.
Dude, wait, no, Ryan, you don't get it. It's the old school and the new cool. I saw that poster. It sold me.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Don't you want to see the new cool fight the old school? God damn that fucking poster.
I saw that preview before my movie, and I was like, I'm kind of intrigued. Like, just the amount of star power in this thing makes me want to go see it a little bit.
I haven't watched the trailer. How many times does Robert De Niro get hit over the head by something frivolous and playthingy like?
A lot, probably.
Oh,
I don't know.
God damn.
There's a Jackie Chan movie coming out.
Oh, that's right. Like
The Vanguard.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got 0%.
Perfect.
Oh, wow.
We'll figure it out.
Wait, does it have a 0% because nobody's reviewed it or because it's bad?
No, it's rotten.
I'm reading it through Fandango, so they got like 5 reviews on here, and they're all bad.
That must be less than the Tuxedo.
You know.
I'll still see it.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Drafthouse in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.